We move on to talk matters of the AU and the Arab League, because the African Union and the Arab League have agreed on a joint effort to bring about lasting peace in Libya. During the 33rd African Union Summit in Addis Ababa, head of states vowed to end any form of outside interference in the internal affairs of Libya. Libya has been engulfed in political uncertainty since the ousting of the former President Muammar Gaddafi by a NATO-led Western military coalition, and let's have more details of that in this report.
The African Union, in partnership with the Arab League, has vowed to spare no efforts in ending the Libyan crisis. African heads of state resolved in the Ethiopian capital Addis Ababa to extricate Libya from the current crisis, calling for inclusive national reconciliation among the Libyan people.
I want to welcome the decision of the High-Level Committee on Libya for the speedy launching of the initiative of peace and reconciliation in Libya, in harmony with the decisions of the Berlin Conference and in conformity with the principles of African solution to African problem, far from the external interests which have perilous agendas for Africa.
During the AU summit, outgoing chairperson and Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi raised concerns about the Libyan crisis, which he says risks increasing terrorism and extremism on the African continent unless strong measures are taken by the African Union. The summit pledged to consolidate the existing truce and reaching out for a permanent arrangements for a ceasefire. They also agreed to address all forms of external interference in the internal affairs of Libya and implement the security, political and economic roadmap agreed to in the Berlin process.
Africa has constantly reminded that there is no military solution to this problem. Its preference for a political process which is authentically and genuinely inclusive, and ownership by the Libyans of their own national destiny within the framework of their continental organization.
The United Nations, on its part, agreed to support any form of mediation, as long as it will lead to finding lasting solution to the crisis in Libya. The African Union says it's committed to finding a lasting solution to the current crisis in Libya. The continental body says no amount of external influence will deter its efforts in trying to resolve the political impasse in Tripoli.
Well, we hope the efforts of those two organizations will materialize so that peace can be restored in Libya.